Hi friends, happy Flexin Friday and happy Team Fit post-test day. If you have made it this far, you probably know who I am. I am Kara. I'm the Health and Fitness Coordinator at Special Olympics, Iowa. And first off, I just want to congratulate you for making it to week 8. This has been an awesome 8 weeks, and I can't wait to get this post-test in and see if you see any improvements from week 1 when we did these exercises the first time. So we are going to be doing just the same exercises we did for the pre-test. Just a reminder that if you use modifications on any of these exercises on the pre-test day, you should use the same modifications today because we will be able to see best that way if you made improvements on your strength and endurance and flexibility and balance. So as always, we are going to get started with a warm-up. We are going to start this warm-up with just some walking in place. So you can use your arms, kind of pump them like if you were power walking. Start here and then slowly start making your knees go a little higher with each step. So now we're kind of doing some high knees marches. Keep those arms going. All right, and now we're going to transition into some skips in place. So pretend like you're skipping through a field of daisies, but you're not going anywhere. Good job. All right, now we're going to bring it back to that high knees march. And back just to our regular walk in place. Now let's see if we can do little tiny walks. Little tiny quick walks. All right, perfect. Got our legs loosened up a little bit. Let's focus on our arms. So we are going to start with some little forward arm circles. Some little tiny circles. It's like you're drawing them, like your fingers are pencils or something and you're drawing circles in the air. We're going to get bigger. Start doing bigger circles forward and bigger and bigger. Biggest circles that we can draw. And then back down to the little circles. All right, and now we're going to go the opposite way. So we're going to do backward circles. And we're just going to start little again. Little. And get bigger. 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 Biggest backward circles we can do. And then we'll go smaller again. Smaller. Smaller. Back down to our little circles. All right, great job. The next thing we're going to do to warm up is just some alternating side lunges. So we're going to start with our right leg, step to the right, and bring your hands up wherever it's comfortable. Step back to the middle, and then do the same thing to the left. Back to the middle, to the right. Good job. Back to the left. Good job. We'll do one more on each side. To the right. And to the left. Awesome. And then we're going to do just one more thing. We're going to warm up our back. So if you could put your arms up like this, kind of like you're a robot or something, and twist to the right, back to center, twist to the left, twist to the right, twist to the left. Good job. Keep the core tight while you do it to protect your back. We'll do one more on each side. And to the left. Awesome, guys. All right, so that is going to be good for our warm-up. So we are going to move into our 3 exercises. The first 2 exercises that we're going to do, we are going to see how many we can do in 1 minute or 60 seconds. So the first one is our endurance exercise, and it is side to side hops. So I'm going to demonstrate what that's going to look like. You are going to start with your feet. They're really close to each other, almost together. You're going to bend your knees into an athletic stance. You're going to bring your arms a little bit behind you, and you are going to jump to the side, like there's an invisible line, and you're trying to jump to the other side of it, and you're going to land in that athletic stance again. And then we're just going to do it to the other side again. Make sure when you're landing, you're not landing super as heavy as you can. It shouldn't sound super loud. You should be landing light with those bent knees again. If this is something that's hard on your knees or hips or ankles, or you feel pain while doing it, we can modify it by taking steps. So I would do that. We'd step 1, step 2, step 1, step 2. And that's 1, back and forth for both of these modifications. All right, so we're going to do this for 1 minute, like I said. So I am going to start a timer. When you hear it go off, that is when we're done. So everyone needs to count independently or have someone that's counting for them so you can see how many you do in that 1 minute. I'm going to count for myself too. All right, ready? Go. That's 1. Good job, guys. Almost there. See how many you can get in. 5 more seconds. All right. Good job, guys. So that was our endurance exercise. So endurance exercises usually will get your heart rate up and it will keep it up. So if you can tell, you might be breathing a little bit harder. I'm breathing a little bit harder right now. So that means you did a good job. You tried your best on those. So that is awesome. We'll catch our breaths for a second as I show you the second exercise we're testing on, which is our chair squats. So for these, you are going to need a chair, or you can also use a couch. You can also use, if you're at the gym, you can use a bench or a box. If you have stairs, it'll be anything that's around the height of your knees, I would recommend. If you want to modify this and make it a little bit lighter and easier, a trick is you can find something that's a little bit taller than that. And if you want to make this harder, you will find something that's a little bit shorter. Just causes you, when it's shorter, it causes you to get a further motion. And when it's taller, it causes you to not have to sit back as much. So I will demonstrate with this chair right here. Many of you are familiar with squats. Some of you are familiar with chair squats also. But you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. You're going to want to be just a few inches in front of the chair or the couch or whatever you're using. You're going to put your arms in front of you like a zombie. And you're going to sit back. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to bend those hips backwards. You're going to gently sit down in the chair. Notice I didn't do a big, just like plop down the chair. This is a very controlled movement. You're sitting back, and then you're just going to hit the chair. And you're not going to stay seated here for a long time. You're going to lift back up. And we're not going to use our arms. This is not an arms exercise. This is an exercise for the legs. So we're going to try to keep our arms still the whole time, and we're not going to use them for momentum to get up. We're using our legs. Another thing to note, try not to have your knees cape inwards like this. Try to keep them straight forward and no farther forward than your feet if you can. We're not putting them, we don't want them to go forward like this. We're going to lean our hips back and sit. All right, I'm going to move my chair just a little bit back here. Another note, I have carpet here so my chair isn't going to slide, but if your chair is going to slide around, maybe put it in front of a wall or in front of something so it can't slide around on you and move. We don't need any moving chairs here. So this one is going to be for 1 minute again. So set your timer, make sure you remember to count or that someone else is counting for you during this minute. And we are getting started. Ready, set, go! Good job, guys. Make sure you're using good form while you do this. Think of all the things that I reminded you about beforehand. All right, 10 seconds left. Good job. All right, and there's our timer. Good job, everyone. All right. So that was our second exercise. Again, that was our strength exercise that we're testing on. So if you feel like you have some soreness in your legs, like that was working them and it made your muscles burn a little bit, that's what it was for. We are building up those muscles and the strength in your legs. So that is what you will be working on with that exercise. The last one is a tandem stance. In this one, we're not holding for a minute. We are going to count up, and our result is going to be how many minutes or seconds we are able to hold it for. So we don't have to set a timer or down from 1 minute for this one. We're going to set a timer up that's going to count up for us. So this tandem stance is to test your balance. So you're going to start standing just with both your feet together. You are going to take your right leg. You're going to put your right foot directly in front of your left foot. So it's like you're making a straight line with your feet. If you need to hold on to something to get in this position, you can certainly do that. Whether it's a wall or a chair or someone in your house. You can definitely do that to get your balance. And how this position is going to look, you're going to straighten your legs. You're going to feel like you are standing up tall with good posture. And then if you are holding on to something, you're going to let go. You can have your arms out. You can have your arms on your hips. However you feel the most comfortable. And this is the position you're holding. So you're timing how long you can stay in this position. If you are in this position and you're like, wow, this is really easy, I think I could hold it for the rest of the day, modification you can do to make it a little bit more difficult is you can close your eyes. And it does throw off your balance a little bit. I'm a little shaky when I do it this way. Just make sure if you feel like you are about to fall out of the position, make sure to open your eyes. We don't need anyone falling and hurting themselves. So after you get a time with your right foot in front, then you are going to get a time with your left foot in front of your right foot. So your left heel is going to be touching your right toes for this one. And that's the same thing. You're going to do legs straight in an upright position. Arms however you want. You need to close your eyes for it. You can do that. And you're going to get a time on that one. So that is all the tandem stance is. And the time that you're going to record for that one is on what we're going to call your dominant leg. So that is whichever leg you hold it for longer. That's the one you're going to write down. Great work, everyone. Just a reminder to make sure you write down these scores in your Team Fit playbook on your week 8 training log. And so then when you submit your training log at the end of this week, we will be able to get those numbers and see if you made improvements. Great work these last 8 weeks. Thank you so much for working hard, and congratulations on a program well done.